Hi, future Brian. I hope this message reaches you in good spirits. The last time you wrote your future self was back in December 2012, a few months before Pharmacy Match Day. I still vividly remember that day when you were in the 24/7 library, aka the Blue Room, at the Health Sciences Center at the University of Florida, writing that message late one evening. A mixture of the world-ending conspiracy theory and the possibility of figuring out what the next stage in life was as you were working on your PGY1 pharmacy residency applications. All you cared about was chasing your dreams and sacrificing everything to achieve it. Boy, were you ambitious back then, and insanely became more ambitious as the years went on. Though the last few months have been strange. You had all these plans after graduation this past May, and you didn't pursue any of them. What happened? If I were to guess, I'd say you might have been a bit burnt out. Your relationships took a pretty hard hit ever since you started pharmacy school back in 2009, and I think the last few months is your body and mind's way of saying you need a break. Also, I think you may not be as happy as you may lead others to believe, at least not as of late. They say happiness is reality minus expectations. But in a conversation with two friends, Kevin and Nellen in 2018, and a random video from Tony Robbins, you can break that equations into two parts: professional happiness and personal happiness. I think you've been happy with where your professional life has been going, but not so much with your personal life. Moreover, as time went on and your ambition has gradually faded like a candle about to go out, your net happiness, stemming primarily from your professional endeavors, have decreased to a point that manifests as who you are today. These realizations have probably been more salient as compared to the past, given the amount of time the pandemic has given you to marinate in your feelings and thoughts for extended periods of time. Speaking of the pandemic, today, October 16th, 2020, you're taking your first flight since March to Maine. I'm excited to see how this trip will impact you after you return, as traveling has always helped you navigate some of your deepest thoughts and reflect on where your life is and where you want it to go. Most importantly, it's always made you appreciate the little things, like simply being alive, having a job, food, and shelter. Speaking of food, don't forget to try some lobster when in Maine, because that's supposed to be awesome there. On a serious note, Brian, I wish you the best. Take this message from the past as a reminder that you're human at the end of the day. It's okay to take a break every now and then. Work will always be there, but those closest to you may not. Also, it's okay to say no every now and then. Though I know you've been doing it more often than you previously had, so kudos to you. Cherish the time you have on this earth and leave some room for yourself to decompress. As they say, a life long lived is one with experience. Anyways, this is getting quite long and the flight is landing in the next 30 minutes. I gotta spend some time taking my own advice here and reflect on where I want to take my life next. So future Brian, while our last future message was to stay focused and ambitious, this message is similar, but with the added nuance of chasing those non-work ambitions of yours too. Your personal life will thank you. I'll plan to send this to you sometime in 2021, and I hope that you're in a better spot than you were last year. Cheers, man. You got this.